the whole thing. Good morning. We are just getting our goat chores done this morning. We aren't milking the mamas yet. We'll do that probably starting tomorrow. But I have been getting them up on the milk stand and just training them to the routine. Hi, sweetie.
That's not Sweetie.
Yes, it is too.
No, this is Sweetie.
Oh, there's Sweetie.
That one is
There's Moonlight. Hey, Moonlight.
And then the other one's Hardy. Where is Hardy?
He's over there. Hey, sweetie.
Come on, girl.
Good girl. I'm starting off, I'm switching them over to the grain that we use. So they're just getting some alfalfa pellets, a little bit of black oil sunflower seeds, and a handful of grain. Because they were using a feed that we don't use. And to prepare their rumens, I've given them probiotics, and then I'll slowly build up the grain that we're using. With ruminants, you have to, when introducing grain or when switching feed, you have to do it slowly so as not to upset the balance in their gut. Let me see what you got. Probably a little more grain would be good. So I've also just been getting them up here and messing with their udder and see if they stand. And she's doing good. I would say my first attempt, they kicked a lot. I think they were surprised because they haven't been milked this season. Good job. I don't know that the kitty wants to be
Yeah, she
there.
doesn't want to. I was going to pick her back up to bring her out.
Are you going to help? Can you brush her?
Whoa.
Do you want to get up there and brush her?
Sweetie, you're lucky I was
Okay,
there.
climb up there. Not her face, do her body. Grace, can you excuse him? He's going to brush right there.
Yeah. Done.
You're done? I know the reason I love goats is because little children can be all up in their business and they're very calm. Obviously we wouldn't do this with a billy goat, but with calm nannies, it's totally fine.
And down.
You want to jump? Okay, jump. Good job. You want to go in?
No.
I got her. Monica really wants to turn. So I'm going to get her up on the milk stand now. Oh, good girl. Good girl, Monica.
Joyful Monica was just doing this. Babies are out of water.
So it seems like as long as they have feed, they'll stand. Just pretending to milk my goat. Yeah, I think we'll be milking tomorrow. And Grace, you wanted to try?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, come over here. Her babies already ate this morning.
Yes, they did. I can tell by her udder.
There's nothing for us, or for the cat, that is. My turn!
Your turn. Oh, are you nibbling your mama's ear? Your mama for that whole 5 minutes? Is he drinking milkies?
Yeah.
Don't you love it? Oh, the little tails.
Mom, can I tell you something?
Yes.
Cows have pies. Goats have chocolate chips. Camels have cakes. And elephants have cakes.
You're talking about their poop?
Yeah.
Little boy humor never changes. Chores are done. It always Takes a while when the kids help, but they're enjoying it, so that's good. The goals today are to hopefully get a fence set up outside for them to be in, and then I need to wash some jars so I can milk tomorrow.
Well, I think we overgrazed this part a little bit yesterday. It's kind of like baking, and you just get better at figuring out how long to cook things for. And so we have another chance, like immediately today, to not overgraze this section. So I'm just going to watch it really closely and try to not go quite as far as we went on that section. We're actually going to come back and fertilize with an organic fertilizer behind their grazing. So on their next run, they should be good. I think we have enough grass. Think about how when you mow your lawn, and think about when we mow the lawn. It's like 2 weeks. It's like totally overgrown.
Yeah.
So and that's what we're doing here. Is the best management is like mowing a lawn basically. You knock it down, leave a little bit, and then it just stimulates the regrowth.
Come stand over here with mommy. Right here. Hey, Alice. I always love it when morning chores are done. I love starting morning chores and I love finishing morning chores because that means we can get on with some projects. We've got school to do, of course. And this afternoon, I'm going to plant some in my garden, which gives me great delight. Oh, we have to get the goats out of the barn. That's a big project that's gonna happen today. They'll be so happy. So we're getting this area here cleaned up. We're gonna fence a small portion of it and put the goats out here. The kids try to build a playground with all this junk. So we're just asking that they clean it up a little bit. Justice is going to cut the grass under this fence with his loppers. The fence is off. And this area by our barn is such a mess. We have major drainage issues here, which we will fix whenever the guy comes to grade for our house to fix our mold problem. He's also gonna grade all this, and so by next year this will be beautiful and grassy again, but probably for this year it's still gonna be an eyesore. It drives me crazy.
How far am I gonna go? Like,
all the way up. Yeah, this would be a good way to make some extra money if you'd like.
Oh, yeah. I do.
We're about to let the goats out into this semi-permanent area out here. We like to keep them close to the barn and close to home until we know that they know where home is, so that when we call them, if they were to get out or something, we know that we could get them back really easily with a bucket. So we always do this in stages with new goats, and this is the first stage. You guys ready?
I think let water open it, Dre. Pick him up and let him do it. Okay.
That's really sweet of you guys.
Push it up. Like that. Now pull on it. Come on, sweetie. Come on. That little guy's really skittish.
Another thing we're doing is introducing them to this netting fence. We like to move our goats around our property to keep certain areas of brushiness down. So their next job will be actually the outside of this fence here. And then after that, there's a place up above the garden that needs clearing. You like the playground the kids built for the kids? That goat really is sweet. He was named perfectly. You were kissing Sweetie. I've got lunch on the stove ready to go.
Well, watch this.
So we need to do lunch, naps, school. I always do school during nap time so that I'm not distracted and I don't feel stressed at all. And that usually takes about 2 hours. Then we'll head back out and hopefully, I think we can plant.
Anyone going to the bathroom? Oh man, these goats always walk me out.
The goats always lock you out, huh?
Yeah.
Justice is the comedian of the family. He gets it from his dad. Gets it honest, and he keeps us laughing, don't you, buddy?
Last load. This is the last load. You have to watch us unload on the garden. I know we've had a lot of moving manure, but this is it. I think it's the 11th load. I have to check my last video. Pretty sure it's 11. It's going onto this huge manure pile in the garden, and it's gonna go into next year's garden soil. I'm crossing over this fence to this little, the black shape of the apple trees. This is a little smokehouse, semi-dwarf apple tree, and it's apart from all the others by about 20 feet, but it's over 2 fences. And I'm gonna mulch it because it's in the weeds. I'm not around it much. It doesn't get any attention really. So I'm just gonna weed a little and heavily mulch it with some of this cow manure straw mix that I pulled out of the barn. That will be most of the attention that this little tree gets this year. It doesn't get a lot of love, so I thought I'd give it a little love that'll last quite a bit through this year and keep the big weeds off the tree. In the past 2 days, unfortunately, these nice smooth beds have been ruined by just a bunch of rocks that have fruited out of the ground.
So what do you do when you have a big problem? You turn it into a blessing. We need more bags filled to hold our tarps down. So we're just gonna fill these bags with all these rocks that just grew in our garden. And look at this thing.
Is it alive?
It's huge. Yeah, it's alive.
Whoa, it is big.
What is that?
I don't know. All right, guys, who can help us identify this? It is alive. I'm not sure, it doesn't look friendly. It's wiggling. It came out of the earth.
Don't put it
I'll
back.
plant it right here.
What are all the rocks from? I thought they weren't here.
Exactly. Okay, I'm about to just plant some cold hardy crops. We're actually behind on this in our area, but they should do fine. We just won't have as long of a harvest, which kind of kills me, but it's okay. We're gonna get just a small bit of kale, chard, arugula, mustard greens, romaine, lettuce mix. And then if we have space, we'll go ahead and put in some radishes, turnips, and carrots. But that stuff is actually gonna get planted a little later, especially a whole bunch of carrots over here. But we're waiting for those beds to be ready. They're not quite ready yet. I had my garden plan all written out and drawn out, and then I lost it. So I have an idea of what I wanna do, but I gotta sit here and think about this for a minute. Nap time's over, all my helpers are here. Did you get a piggyback ride? Almost our entire spring garden is planted, or our early spring garden. We have a whole other side to plant in about 2 weeks. But we have peas, beautiful peas coming up. Our strawberries are in, calendula and some herbs are in. We've got all of our greens, all of our lettuces, and a couple rows of potatoes in. The only thing we need to do now is our onions, and that's for another day.
I'm gonna water, Brianna's gonna go make dinner, and then we'll eat.
That time of day. Kids are hungry all day long.
These afternoons end so quickly.
They do.
It feels like you just started working and then it's time to make supper and eat.
I know I basically have 2 hours in an afternoon to get a job done. unless I have like a super, like the other day when I made beans for the whole day. But I have to plan ahead for that. For days we have big projects. Otherwise I have to stop at 5 to make dinner. Otherwise people get crazy around here. Crazy. Just grabbing some rhubarb to make strawberry rhubarb pie. We're gonna have grilled chicken, grilled asparagus, strawberry rhubarb pie, and salad. And I think that will satisfy my crew, especially because there's gonna be pie.
Have you ever made rhubarb anything?
I've never made rhubarb anything, but I've eaten it. But yeah, no, this is my first time. I've always been really intimidated by rhubarb. But then I met this woman at church, and she loves rhubarb and makes all sorts of stuff with it. So if I have time, I'm gonna try to make like a freezer strawberry rhubarb like chutney that she makes every year.
We're eating asparagus from the garden, rhubarb in our pie from the garden, and then chicken and salad as well. Guys, it's been another great day in the homestead. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you soon.
Next video.
Bye-bye.